Greetings everyone, GamerX459 here. Usually I do a lot of content about video games. I myself play a lot of video games and tend to make a lot of YouTube videos about them. I often play a lot of my content on emulators so that I can use the relatively fast speed that emulation tends to revive so that I can provide myself with a new challenge. However, there's a major issue that I've noticed coming up. I've been looking on a lot of videos, and one thing in particular got my attention. The title alone is very concerning. EmuParadise recently had all of their ROMs taken down because of a Nintendo lawsuit. Now, as the title of my video suggests, I've been looking through everything, copyright stuff, other companies, and the content that was located on these websites. Does Nintendo have the My question is, does Nintendo have the necessary rights to be doing what they're doing? Emulators and ROMs are constantly used and downloaded off internet. Fair use laws permit individuals to do so. Regardless of that, however, the main issue as to why Nintendo's actions go too far is quite simple. And this isn't the first time Nintendo has used their power in a bad manner. This is a prime example of it right here. But let's take a look at the main reason as to why Nintendo's actions go too far. Main reason? They don't own the content that was taken down. Now let me clarify. Any Nintendo content on those websites, yeah, they had every right to take that down. There is no question to that. But did they have the right to take down any other company's content? Sega's content, Sony's content, any other company, Microsoft content if it was there? Just throwing out some examples. Did any of those other companies, did they have a right to take down Sega content? Did they have a right to take down Sony's content? My answer, and I believe the correct answer, is no. They did not have any right to take down Sega or Sony's content. They had no right. Period. So, any emulation consoles that were taken down from there, any ROMs that were Sega content or Sony content, Nintendo could be jumped on by these two companies, and Nintendo would likely lose their copyrights for it. That's my guess, though. Shout out to my friend right there. But at the end of the day, I have one thing to say. Nintendo abused their copyrights. Pure and simple. And there's been plenty of video about it. Discounting that one. And I'ma say it, Nintendo's gone too far this time. And see, they're getting out of line with their copyrights. They've been slowly pushing things beyond belief. But I'ma say it. If Nintendo keeps doing what they're doing, if they can't keep abusing their own copyrights, because I mean, they can abuse their own copyrights all they want, but when they go pushing it onto other people's, other companies, that's where hopefully those other companies won't just bend the knee or bend their asses over. They won't just take that. They'll take action to stop Nintendo from abusing their copyrights like they have been. There's a lot of videos about it, and I believe Nintendo is going too far. Okay? Luckily that rumor is false, by the way. Just to clarify that. For those of you who know who that is. Anyway, bottom line is Nintendo's going too far. Okay? Now, I myself do not approve of what Nintendo is doing beyond belief. I hope that Nintendo will get their heads out their asses and realize that while it's okay for them to take action against their own content, it's not okay for them to be taking action against Sega's content, Sony's content, or anyone else's content. And that is why I personally believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if these companies wanted to, they could take action against Nintendo and possibly make them lose their copyrights. Now, whether it'll actually happen or not is a completely different story. But I think if Nintendo goes too far, that they could lose their copyrights, which would be a huge hit to Nintendo. So consider this my warning, Nintendo. While I may just be one person, I think your actions are going too far. And you know what? I can say whatever I want. I'm one person against the entire world, but I'm gonna say it. Nintendo's abuse of their copyrights is going into illegal territory because they're using it on content that is not theirs. And that is my personal opinion of Nintendo. They have illegally taken down content they had no right to touch. And with that, I hope Sega and Sony will stop Nintendo and tell them straight up to stop touching their content. But that's just me. But I think if it gets out of hand far enough, that Sony, PlayStation, all of them, they'll start taking action against it. Plus, one could argue that with Nintendo's actions, they could also kind of hurt their profits, if you think about it. Because YouTube ad revenue is definitely something that, you know, definitely generates a lot of money. And for each person who signs up to the Nintendo Creators Program, each and every one of those people who have signed up for it, now every Nintendo product first of all, most of the games you can't even access. Second of all, if you upload any content, Sony content, Sega content, Nintendo automatically gets some of that profit. That is not okay. Okay, Nintendo has no right to be making money off of other people's content. And Sega, Sony, all of them, PlayStation, whatever, they could go up to Nintendo and be like, you need to stop this right now. Which is what I think needs to happen. Nintendo needs to stop attacking content that is not theirs. Okay, sure, they can do whatever they want with Mario. They can do whatever they want with Nintendo consoles. They can do whatever they want with Nintendo emulators. They cannot do whatever they want with Sony consoles, emulators, whatever it's called. They cannot do whatever they want with that stuff. And that is where the line is drawn, especially since they're getting money for this. Okay, that's not okay. They can't be using other companies' content. They can't be taking money from other people. Okay, that's basically what's happening here. I don't care how big Nintendo thinks they are. At the end of the day, if they continue to use their copyrights as in the manner that they are, the money that Sega is not getting, that Sony is not getting from each and every one of these videos is not okay. Nintendo has no right to be making money off of content that is not theirs. They have no right to be making money off of Sega content, Sony content, whatever the content is. It doesn't matter. Microsoft, every other company is essentially affected by this Nintendo Creators Program. Any company that makes gaming consoles, or even just games in general, or even a YouTube video that is uploaded through the Nintendo's program, simply put, the money belongs to the content owner, not Nintendo. And this right here, okay, it doesn't matter whether there's a large number of people signing up, yada yada. Every other company in existence is adversely affected by the Nintendo's Creators Program. And at the end of the day, I think that every company pretty much has a right to take down Nintendo for making money off of this. They can't stream Nintendo's games, but they can stream any other game they want. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's what I think needs to happen. Nintendo needs to lose their copyrights for adversely affecting other gaming companies. Through both the Nintendo's creators Pokemon... Wow. It's so stupid I can't even talk about it straight. I'm getting tired. Nintendo is causing other companies to lose money as a result of their Nintendo's Creators Program and the actions that they are taking on emulators, which, by the way, emulators themselves are not illegal. This has already been discussed several times. So, at the end of the day, they're abusing their copyrights on legal things. And, you know, that's that. So, GamerX459, I gotta say, Nintendo, you're going too far. You know, I grew up with Nintendo, don't get me wrong. I love their games. I love their content. But I don't agree with their actions that they've been taking as of late. I popped a lot of money into Nintendo, I'll admit. But even I have to admit, this is just wrong. Not even looking at it from a money perspective, this is just wrong. Nintendo has no right to be using other people's content in the manner that they have. So A, Nintendo's Creators Program needs to be shut down. B, they need to stop messing with content that is not theirs. And C, Sega, Sony, all the rest of them should stop allowing Nintendo to mess with their stuff. And that is what I have to say to that. GamerX459, peace out.